Hello and welcome everybody of Gman Division 4A and assorted viewers of recaps. We are back! Unfortunately, I'm still stuffed for time, so my preparations for this week are a little bit on the short end, so we will have an abridged recap of weeks 10 and 11 this time around. And we will also take a look at the current state of the teams 2 weeks before the season ends. Yeah, but let's start with week 10, the week of death, all around. First off, Bootleg All-Stars against Reds on a Stick. The Goblins got another win. And there goes my bold prediction that the Reds will not lose another game. Well, unfortunately, they did, and unfortunately for everyone else, we have 2 deaths on the team, and we have an MVP of Bomber Dribble Snot. On the other hand, Waldo with a Stick, another MVP. No, wait, not another. This one is the one that is... The other one is William with a Stick. William with a Stick is the one with a piling on. Waldo with a Stick, also managing a cast. Chuck managing a cast. Slapper Forehead, getting a touchdown. And a trip to the grave. We have 3 deaths, as we see here. We had Gustav got to earn a stick, a kick lino who died. We had Vaga Toolshoer, a diving tackle Gobbo, who also died. And we had Slapper Forehead, unfortunately, the star of the Bootleg All-Stars. Plus MA, Block, Surefeet, Pogoer found his demise at the hands of the Reds. We can see from the armor breaks, yeah, 18 to 9. Overall blocks, very low actually. And 18 armor breaks and 26 blocks is, unfortunate for the Reds. 93% ball possession. There's no chance for the Reds in there. Although, we've seen Reds with 6% ball possession get touchdowns still. Yeah. Apparently it was very much a bloodbath, even though we did not have many blocks here. And it's a great result for the Goblins, who will definitely not come in last of the still human teams that have coaches left. At least I would guess. Next up, we also had once more we had William with a stick. He got a level up, and we will take a look at that later on. Then we had the Valakas Ass-Kickers versus the Umweltschützerinnen, and the Umweltschützerinnen are on a tear at the moment. Very much going now for a challenger spot here. We also had another death. Bairute Galdikas had her face removed. And we had Gannicus getting a level up. Theocles himself got a level up. And Nuria Ardilla Infernal also got a level up. I was confused from my notes. I thought that was one of the lesser known Umweltschützerinnen here, but apparently it's just a goat. Yeah. Ball possession, we see Umweltschützerinnen clearly in control of the game, despite getting 57 blocks on them. 16 armor breaks against 8 from 57 blocks with AV7 is very lucky. How lucky was it actually? Well, not that lucky, but with only 22 powers out of those 57 blocks, we now know why there was not more bloodshed in here. Yeah. SPPs, actually more for the Valakas Ass-Kickers than for the Umweltschützerinnen, which is most likely because of the casualties sustained. Yes, 4 casualties here. And apparently only 1 casualty managed from the Umweltschützerin. The other one was by something else. for the Velikers ass kickers. Still, Umweltschützerinnen on their way to give these guys a run for their money. Alt of Acrobata against Community Sport. Two guys that fight for the playoff spot, and in week 10, this fight was won by Community Sport. Definitely. 3 armor breaks, 21 armor breaks. That's unfortunately not the important bit, but 0 to 1 also in favor of the Community Sport. So here we have, domination of the Orc team against Alt of Acrobata. We see also nothing stuck on the Orcs from the 3 armor breaks. At least 2 passes. Well, that's nice. That gives you 2 SPP. 1 on Donato, 1 on Gianluca. And for Donato, that was even a level up. And we have a plethora of SPP for Community Sport. If we look at the dice rolls, we see that Leap actually was very much working for Alt of Acrobata. 75%. And with 12 attempted leaps, I think that's the highest they've managed all season. So it wasn't for lack of trying that they lost, but the Orcs were just slightly better at the removal game. Well, I say slightly. Leaks better at the removal game. And as I said, Donato got a level up. Then we have, uninteresting, not even a level up. Beefheart and his Merryman against Tridentum Execrata. And Beefheart and his Merryman are back to their 2-0 ways. And this time with a win against Tridentum Execrata, who were until then hot candidates to maybe even steal a playoff spot, if not the Challenger Cup spot. That has changed now. And Formido, the MVP committee apparently thought, well, he's dead already. What does it change if he's dead again? Well, it changes a lot in a player. So unfortunately, the only 5 SPPs that Tridentum Execrata got were lost. To the grave. If you look at the results here, we see 55 blocks, 42 blocks. It was very much a punching fest, but nothing really stuck on the Orcs. However, the wake up 100% wake up after KO. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Let's look at block dice were slightly kind of normal for Tridentum. Also mostly normal, but a little low on the push side, but that's all. And is anything here interesting? Oh, for catches, but that was probably a stray ball, so I wouldn't put much into it. Also, 100% wake up after KO. How many Bloodweiser babes were around? Were there more Bloodweiser babes than players around, or what? That's very good. Oh, the fireball wasn't even that great. But apparently it was all enough for the Orcs. And let's look at one player in particular. Bastator. How many blocks did you... Yep, that's what I expected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks. Unfortunately, he ate 2 of the team's rerolls. But he is on his way to being the one player who has by far the most blocks in the game. And because I'm not doing awards this week, because I did not have time to prepare anything for that, that was a look at one of the guys that always is in contention for at least 1 or 2 awards. Then, stuff from my fridge against the Sneaky Blinders. And here we have another death. Curly. And we have another death for the MVP of the match. Oh. Yeah, we have 20 armor breaks against 2 armor breaks. You thought, you thought, well, this looks bad. No, no, no. How about you have even less armor breaks than that. And a death. Yeah. 2-0 ball possession. 0% ball possession for the Sneaky Blinders. So, yep. How do you plan to win a game if you have no ball and only 15 blocks? I would guess that these accumulated very, very fast in this game. So, stuff from my fridge got loads of SPP, and only Sausage leveled from that. But Sausage with 4, I would say 1 touchdown, 4 of the... Not 4. 4 SPP, 4 2 gas. Yeah, exactly. Anything interesting here? All appearance did work. Lightning Bolt did work. Yep, the troll seemed... No, that's Cake. Cake seemed somewhat well behaved. Sneaky Blinder side, also a well behaved troll. Pick up atrocious, but we had a success. So this is a lie. We had to pick up a success. Anything else? Tentacles. I guess if you're up against a cake, the Gobos couldn't get enough of the cake, and yeah, they are also extremely bad at getting away from a tentacles beast. Here we had, as I said, Sausage, who got the level, who got a level up. Tall Dwarfs with no AV against the sit down boys, as always, not interesting, but we have a level up on Jonathan Wetlands. We will look at that later. Then we come to week 11. Week 11 has the Reds on a stick with a nice bye week for them. And for this bye week, Orlando on a stick got a level up. Tridentum Executor against Community Sport, another of the top matchups. And here Tridentum Executor also lost. So they are now out of contention for the playoffs, at least. Ultor, nice little werewolf. I say, now remembering the Pillow Fist award he got in the last recap. Well, at least he's on his way to get something done now. Those were the only 5 SPP for him. And Vastator, of course, Vastator gets some Cas against the Orcs. But nothing permanent, and Woodface got the level up and the MVP and a Cas. How is it looking for this? Actually, more ball possession for Tridentum Executor. We're just not managing to get anything from it here. Even a pass on the Orcs. Dreamify still thinking he's playing elves, although 57 blocks succeeded. That's not as elfy. Any interesting dice rolls? Oh, Regen did not work at all. Wake Up After KO did not work at all for Tridentum Executor, so they really lost place. 50% dodge. Either he really took some chancy dodges, or that was also on the bad side. And here, nope. Nope, that's also not very... the troll, not the cleverest of people this time, but ball handling skills again. And dodges, yep. Dreamify definitely still thinks he's playing elves. Then, after that, we have Sneaky Blinders versus the Umweltschützerinnen, still going strong. At least the Umweltschützerinnen. Sneaky Blinders have to really look out for themselves now, because they might land behind the Norse. Do not have a coach anymore. So, guys need a point. Definitely need a point. Here, Marjorie Stone and Douglas. Evil Please. Got the MVP. We have 2 more people for for touchdowns, and Anabot Ford Comstock, as always, gets some cash. And Curly 2 is on his way to make his predecessor proud. Yeah, let's go with that. We had no deaths, we had no level ups from this game, we had at least some ball possession this time, and at least almost double the blocks from last game. Unfortunately, running with the ball was not really in the cards, apparently. Anything interesting here? Oh, we had a loner that we needed to reroll 2 times. Once it failed. Oh, also animosity. That's interesting. Otherwise, this looks... This one means he did not eat him, doesn't it? Yeah, I think this one means he did not eat him. Otherwise, I was... Woo! That was unfortunate. Hui! They like their both downs. But I think most of the time you don't mind that against the Amazons. Better than this one. Is it looking for the Amazons? Also relatively normal. D6s. Ooh! Tentacles again. Also armor did not work for the Amazons. Still coming out on top of it. Yeah. Nothing that jumps out to me as very unusual. Okay, then we go to the sit-down boys against the bootleg all-stars, and the goblins again making a point by hurting Alta Vista. No, he was he or wasn't he? I'm not quite sure actually. Yeah, we had death again. Ricky Playard as the fourth catcher. Always the fourth catcher with the sit-down boys. He got killed. Also, Beachmaster 3, the crippled guard lino, finally went down for good and is now a goner. Still managing 2 touchdowns, but the bootleg all-stars also managing 2 touchdowns. Dilhem Chainsey, another bold prediction of mine that went very much downhill. I said the Looney will not find another cast this season. Well, he found a cast every single game since then. So, and even a touchdown. Borax the disposal. Huggy Goblin Breath got a level up, as well as Dilhem Chainsey, and as well as Borak the Disposable. We'll take a look at that later on. And from the sit-down boys, all the SPP. It's 9, 12, 14, 19 SPP. That's a nice haul. I mean, if you have almost as many passing yards as you have running yards, then you know what happened. 4 passes. Otherwise, very low block count for this game. Still 2 injuries. And 2 of those injuries were kills. Nice. Yeah. Dice rolls. Abysmal armor rolls for the sit-down boys. But that's what happens if there's a lunatic with a chainsaw going around. You don't succeed many armor rolls. Otherwise, again, with the wake up after KOs. 100%. Very nice dodges. That's even better than what you would normally expect for someone with Edgy 4. Impact of the bomb. Not work very well. And the bootleg all-stars. On the other hand. Anything interesting? 8 out of 8. Go for it. That's also quite lucky. Leap. Oh yeah, Pogo. He got a new one, of course. And again, We are throwing with the trolls. I hope it was not an intercept of the goblin that was tried. Next up, we have Valka's Ass Kickers, who got Enomao, a level up from their admin game. And then Stuff from My Fridge against Alt of Acrobata. They did not have a good 2 weeks, Alt of Acrobata. There was no death, at least, again. And they had one more armor break than against the Orcs, but even more armor breaks against. And Stuff from My Fridge had total control of the game. And see, even with 6%, you still get a touchdown. Skaven could do it as well. Just saying. 43 blocks against 20. Yep. Complete Nurgle control over the game. At least from the looks of it. Anything interesting coming? Whoa. Slightly stupid beast. Otherwise, that looks fine. Ooh. Those are low powers. And even low defender stumbles. Also low on skulls. I could also just say, there were so many pushes, man! Alt of Acrobata had none at all. It was a low power game, wasn't it? I mean, yeah, damn it. 5 and 10, so 15. When you roll that many dice, that's no power. That's a no power game almost. Otherwise, d6s looking fine. Ooh, nice bonehead count. See, this is what I'm expecting from Wake Up After KO. Ah, there's a leap. Yep, this time it did not work. The leaping. Not at all. Shot. Yeah, and in this one we had a level up from Cheese. 5 SPP. Very nice. And finally, last game of these 2 weeks. Beefheart and his Merryman against the Baltigore Ravens. He tried to go for the 2-0 again, but the Baltigore Ravens said, no, we're going to have a touchdown. Yeah, what can I say? Schnitzel von Krumm. I should very much be able to say that. Schnitzel von Krumm. He got the MVP and a level up. Also a level up for Kelhill. I think that's a Blitzer, if I'm not mistaken. We had much more ball possession from the Orcs than the Ravens, but that's typical for the game plan. Caging up, slowly moving forward. Fast running game. That's why you have these discrepancies. You even had more blocks by the Baltigore Ravens than by the Orcs. And same amount of KOs, same amount of injuries. So, yeah. Sorry that I'm not finding anything interesting, but it's a Baltimore Ravens game and their players don't do anything interesting, so what do you expect? I'm sorry, Baltimore Ploppers. See? Leaps. And successes all around. Even more dodge successes than the Pro Elf set. Man. Those are hot dice. And you see it here. Only 16 once. They were needed for the fails and the dodges. Beefheart, anything interesting? Well, the People's Champion seemed to be stupider than usual. But that's about it. So, with the games out of the way, let's look at our leaderboard at the moment. And here we have now Community Sports at the top. Alt of Acrobata, 2 losses in a row. Falling down, as well as Tridentum Execrator, 2 losses in a row, falling down from 3rd place to 5th. Pro Elves also from 4th to 6th place. And Umweltschützerinnen and stuff from my fridge are here to, well, at least contest out of Acrobatus Challenger Cup spot. The problem with killing off your, or beating down your top teams is we have a lot of people with an average amount of points, and that means you probably won't get the second Challenger Cup spot for one of the 5 teams with the highest points in 3rd place. At the moment, it does not look like Division 4A will get one of those spots. As always, Baltigo Ravens and Velikers Ass Kickers are twirling around themselves. Let's see if they manage to make a DNA at the end of this. Just a nice double helix. We also see Sneaky Blinders. Unfortunately for them, the Norse and the humans are playing each other in week 12. And as far as I know, that will be a 0-0 draw. And that's 7 points. And that's -6 touchdown differential. That means the Sneaky Blinders are in a spot of bother for their 12th place. And I really hope for Aromasin that he finds some way to get at least 1 point. If he gets a point, then it's not a complete shame. And you know that there will be shame written all over it if you don't manage to beat the admin team. Yeah. Overall, very tight for race for 3rd place. Alt of Acrobata still in a Challenger Cup spot. Community Sports in the driver's seat. Let's see how this one will develop. Then, let's go to our teams and let's look at the teams. What has happened to the teams? The Sit Down Boys. Still looking great. Now with... I don't remember Steven haircut. I don't remember him at all. Huh. But, do we have another Ricky Pleiades? I'm never quite sure how to pronounce him, but he's not here, so I don't have to care. And we also don't have another Beachmaster. So, at the moment, 30 over par with the money. But the team still looks fantastic. Lord Fluoride is one of the best throwers you will find out there. Vladimir Cosmos with leap, with plus movement, great piece. Mr. Free Refill, also plus movement as a Pro F catcher. Those two alone, those 3 are almost guaranteed to 2-turn touchdown machines. Phoenix Supreme also very, very great blitzer with a guard on a strength piece and blotch step. Awesome piece. Here, blotch step tackle in Jupiter Masood, also a great blitzer. I think every pro elf coach out there is just envious of this team. So, even though we don't have... Oh, we have Jonathan Wetlands getting dodge now. Is dodge really what you want on your second thrower? Well, he looks like he's more of a utility piece than a real thrower at the moment. He probably just gets the ball and gives it to Lord Fluoride. Might even give him sure hands so he can pick up the ball to give it to his master. Yeah, otherwise with kick, nice, but that would also be a lineman. Why not? Yeah, but otherwise, still a very, very nice looking team. Going further, the Sneaky Blinders. It looks grim, this season for them, but there are still 2 games to come. And it's really the loss of John Shelby the first that hit them hard, I would say. Also, the rest of the teams were what hit them hard, but do we have any... No. We had the death of Curly. We got Curly 2, who already got 2 SPP, but we have no level ups for them. I think at the moment Thomas Shelby should really be the star of the team. He has even a nice one-turn touchdown chance with this guy, and combined with Polly getting the ball to Thomas, it should at least be a chance, and I would take this chance, always take this chance over throwing a gobbo, because Arthur might even be hungry. And Arthur also great role. Did I already mention in one of the first episodes that I really like the Tentacles first route for a troll compared to the Claw first? I don't know, but I'm very much a fan of that, and you got rewarded for this. Next up, we have Tridentum Execrata on a downwards path at the moment. But still very good looking team. Unfortunately, they paid the white tax. Maybe because they paid the white tax, Ultor will now be a somewhat capable werewolf instead of the fool he was before. We had also here no level ups in the last 2 weeks. But overall, especially Scopulus. I think Fastator and Scopulus are the ones that you have to look at from this team. Exidium, okay, he's a nice ghoul. Epusculum with the plus MA, also a very nice ghoul. So the ghouls are nice, but they are nothing compared to Vastator and Scopulus. So, really the points in which this team shines. I still think there is a chance for them. Although they are at the moment 4 points behind the Challengers Cup spot. With this team, there's still and always a chance, I would say. Then we come to Community Sports. Currently top dog of the division. The prediction algorithm says they have a 65% chance of winning the division. Yes, that's almost exactly the same value that Out of Acrobata had at the Bold Predictions show. So take that with a grain of salt. Here we had level ups. We had a level up on Woodface, as far as I remember. Did we have another one? No. Did not look at it. Where? There he is. Stand firm on the Black Orc. Yeah, very nice. I would say standard progression. Get guard, get stand firm, get mighty blow. Of course, get block first. I almost forgot that Black Orcs don't start with block because all of them have block at Community Sports. Unfortunately for Dreamify, PogChamp is out. The dedicated killer. So now, who will take over the killing? Well, it's probably, hey guys, if it was me, he would be the dedicated killer already, but yeah. Now that PogChamp is out, and we still have some Mighty Blow on the team, but we don't have the Piling on anymore, and well, we at least have Tackle with one of the Mighty Blows. And if you get them down, kick them in the gonads. Yeah, 50k over budget, but still, this team looks made to win the league now. And so I have cursed him. Next up, the Umweltschützerinnen, currently on a... How many wins are this now? 2, 3, and a draw. And this one is, well... You see, last time they When did they lose? Against Alto of Acrobata back in August. And since then, they got at least 1 point in every game. And it shows. Currently sitting in 3rd place. Anna Botsford Comstock getting cast almost every game, as we saw. On her way to... this is interesting. I wouldn't take Piling on this one. Maybe even Juggernaut. I don't know. Anyway, did they have any... Let's look at my notes. Nope. I don't see any level ups, but do they really need them? No, they don't. They already look great as is. 4 times guard, 2 times plus strength, 2 times plus edgy. Movement up bust. But still, I think this is a great looking Amazon team. Even with a nice killer. Yeah. I don't see why they should stop with their series. With their streak. Bootleg All-Stars are next. Slapper Forehead is dead, so we have now a Scrappler Knobhead. Nice. We also have we have a level on Borak the Disposable, who is now a sidestep movement up gobbo. Interesting. We also had a level up on Dilhelm Chainsey. Got jump up now. Huh. Is that really... Get edgy. And the unfortunate thing is, if you go down, you get your chainsaw in your face. So if you go down, you very, very rarely stand back up again. Of course, if you then can jump up, that means you can block without wasting the blitz. But I'm not quite sure I would have gone with jump up. Sure, I don't really know now, except for the psycho play and go for leap. I'm not really sure what I would have given him, but a jump up looks like an odd choice to me, but if it works for you, you're the Gobo coach who beats up the other teams in this division, and for goblins, it's working very nice for Flying Turtle, so yeah, tell me why. And I will be a wiser recapper then. Otherwise, Huggy Goblin Breath got Break Tackle. Interesting. That seems more reasonable than the piling on first level. First level up. But otherwise, we did not have any more level ups. The thing is, if you look at a Goblin team, you almost always... You want to see this and this, so you don't want many levels on the Goblins. You want exactly this. You want the block on the Fanatic. You want best of all worlds. You will also want the block on the Loony, but that's kind of hard to get. The Pogoer is okay as he is. He does not always need levels. And then it's, of course, the Trolls and Ripoff is very nice in this regard. Huggy Goblin Breath is going there on a different way. So, yeah, for a Goblin team, looks nice. Then we get to the Valakas Ass Kickers. Here we have lots of level ups. Enomao got Guard from the free win, from the admin win. Then we had Theocles, who got Mighty Blow. We have Gannicus, who got Claw, second Claw on the team. Maybe even first Claw on the team, because he got the level up at the same time as Nuria Ardilla Infernal. So, 2 Claw Mighty Blow now on the team. they are ready to face the orcs. But are they going to face the orcs anytime anymore? I'm not quite sure. We will see later on. Otherwise, still Blasco, Kitata, El Casco, the dedicated ball carrier if you ever had one. And yeah, nice looking team. Semi Smasher. I'm interested to see if he goes with the obvious tackle next, or even diving tackle if he gets a double. It's a double, yeah. So diving tackle with prehensile tail would be very interesting if you get a double. That would be an elf's nightmare. Yeah. But, yeah. On the other hand, that's pretty much only a 5 in 36 chance normally for a double. Yes, I'm excluding the double 6 because you take strength. Yeah, I feel like I'm saying this with all the teams, but this is a nice looking team. This is a team that can go very, very far, especially with the stat ups on it already, and with some of the more interesting choices. But yeah, I think it's a good looking team. Then we have Altdorf Acrobata. They had a rough 2 weeks. And they are missing 3 of their players for next week. So, only having 12 players for the next game, the second to last of the season, and they are missing their tame bear. Some Kislev coaches would say, good for you, because they would say the tame bear is not really what you need on the team. He is bloat. But that's a stylistic choice, and I personally always go for the big guys. Although I think the tame bear is one of the lamer ones. I know it's exactly a Croxigore, but just fluff-wise, I'm not really into the tame bear. Otherwise, the team, if you could take any of your players and say, okay, I have to take 3 MNGs for next game, whom would you pick? You would definitely pick Romeo. You would maybe take Vincente over Luigi, but Luigi is also a nice choice for that. And then there's Corleone. And as I said, many Kislev coaches would say, good for you, you're missing bloat. So I don't think those are the players that you really are going to miss in your next game. We had Donato, who got a level up and got... What is that? That's Strip Ball. Oh, interesting. So we have another Strip Ball player. Michelle and Donato being built in exactly the same way. I like redundancy on a Kislev team. That's very good because you can implode, because you can lose players left and right. It's very nice to have redundancy, to have 2 people going the same way. And for a very, very important role, the Sacker role, this is great to do. Other than Donato, we did not have any level ups. Then, Baltigo Ravens. How do they look? They look exactly the same, don't they? Calhill got a level up. Is now a blodge stepper with tackle. Yay. It's just the leap guys that really make me happy to see this, and it makes me happy that I see in the recaps that Bottoplop is using them. Not really excessively anymore from the last games, but still using them, and to mixed success, but it's not that leap is the thing that's holding him back, because those are very successful always. Did we have anyone else level up? Does not look like it. Nope. Only Calville. Yeah. It's mostly your average Dark Elf team. I'm so sorry that I can't say any more about it, but it's just that. You have two doubles, Mighty Blow and Guard, very, very sane choices. You have two three stat ups, and you use the stat ups very well with your next levels. So, yeah, it's good. It's nice. It's much better than Beefheart and his merry men who did not take the level. Netzel von Krumm did not take the level, otherwise also no level ups. Yeah, this looks different than the other orcs. This is a fast team, but it looks lacking, and overall there are a lot of red crosses here. This one's a niggle. This one's an armor bust. This one, hopefully just an MNG. Yeah, just an MNG, at least for them. This one is a niggle. And here we have another armor bust. So they get all the injuries that removes them from the pitch, which is exactly what orcs don't want. It's unfortunate. Yeah. Otherwise, as I said, it still looks lacking. That's just because the black orcs are not really there yet. We have Larry as a killer. Don't have a nice dirty player piece yet, but if you take movement up or a double on a lineman, then you don't want them to be your dirty players. I can completely understand that. Stuff from my fridge. Currently in 4th place and also looking very good and looking greedily at the the Challengers Cup place. We had a level up. We had a level up on sausage, exactly. And we had a level up on cheese, even. So cheese got claw. Ugh. Now you see an influx of claw in the Nurgle and in the chaos. So good for the other teams that this season is almost over. What did I say? Oh, yes. Sausage! Look at that. We have a block. We have block on sausage. Now you could have easily gone Juggernaut as well. No, it's really good to see that sausage finally got block. Though I have to say, I don't think it's with horns, and if you are positioning your killer well enough, block is not the most necessary of skills, especially if the opponents also have block. Because then it's just, yeah, don't want it. So I can completely understand going tackle before block, and I completely understand going block this late, although it's still, even on a killer, a very important skill. We are missing Purple Yam next up, so the Sacker is gone. Depending on who your next matchup is, that might be important. Otherwise, I think you were looking for a name for Rotter, and what else are you going to put in your fridge? And I'm missing beer in here. Seriously. Where's the beer? But we were going with not X. Is he the new one? No. 9 matches. I'm sorry. He just never stood out to me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm very much on point this week. Reds on a stick. Up to 1440. So the team is looking better than ever. We have Orlando on a stick. Getting Wrestle. Getting either Strip Ball or Dauntless next, I would guess, to make him a nice sacker with 2 heads. Otherwise, Wrestle is also always nice on a gutter runner because, well, they stand up and they can still move as fast as most linemen. And we have William with a stick, getting tackle, getting all the nice killer or at least blitzer skills. Yeah. For a team that came in very much underdeveloped for the division, they managed to stabilize nicely, I would say. You have 7, 8. You have 13 players. You have a 2-man bench. Yes. So the death spiral of Skaven did not happen to you. So I would say this is a very, very good outcome of the season for you, for what was from the outset going to be the roughest season you could have, say. So yeah, good for Shitsaus, good for the Rats on a Stick, and maybe they will even manage another win in the last few weeks. Was that all? William with a stick, Orlando on a stick. That's all for the teams. Let's look at next week. What do we have here? We have Rats on a Stick against Sneaky Blinders, the basement dweller duel. Yeah, what can we say? We are fast on both sides. Because we have Rats on both sides, but Skaven are more specialized in this. On the other hand, Underworld are more specialized in killing stuff. And there we have Michael Gray with a tackle, with a mighty blow. We also have a tackle on Finn Shelby. Might be nice. Actually, the Storm Vermin for the Rats on the Stick look much nicer for killing than anything on the Sneaky Blinders, even Arthur Shelby. It's only that if Arthur Shelby gets to base a gutter runner, that gutter runner is not going anywhere. Even if he is going to base anyone else, they are most likely not going anywhere. Yeah, but for actually winning the match, I think the Rats on the Stick are in a much, much better position. I know I said that before. I said that last recap I did, and then the Rats on the Stick got thrashed. But yeah, for this basement duel, I would say the Rats on the Stick are going for a 3-1 victory here. Then, next up, we have the Sit-Down Boys against Tridentum Execrata, the guys that are trying to, to break their fall in the most elegant and nice way. Both are on a downward trajectory, and here, as I said, for both teams, they look very nice. They have nice pieces, especially the Sit-Down Boys are an envy of all the pro elves out there. But what will actually happen is the question. It seems to be in the stadium of the Sit-Down Boys, so we will see some wizard action. We'll hit a ghoul, which will hit a pro elf, which is basically the same for a lightning strike. And then you have only 2 persons left that can handle the ball, and you have all your people left that can handle the ball. So again, this one comes down to Tridentum Execrata have a lot of pieces that are very nice at controlling the pitch, in sometimes even removing stuff, although the claw will not have much to do against the Sit-Down Boys. And the Sit-Down Boys are perfectly suited for disengaging, for actually scoring. So this is, I'm in the wrong week. So 3-1 here. And I say 3-2 here. I'm going with the sit-down boys for this one. Just has to stay alive and score. That's what is going to happen. Then we have the Tall Dwarfs with no AV and the Umi's Electric Boogaloo, which is nice that we finally have a week with 6 games again. Stuff from my fridge against Community Sports. So Stuff from my fridge are definitely want to get some points here to go back to challenge for the Challengers Cup. Community Sport, on the other hand, want to keep their first place, want to stay in the playoff seed. This is a hard one, actually. This is a very hard one. Both teams are almost immovable objects. And we only have 2 claw yet for Stuff from my fridge. And we don't have the killer for Community Sport, so they are... Oh, I did not go to this view. I'm sorry, but you see it here. 1 claw, 2 claw, PogChamp is out. That's all I said. Also, Purple Yam is out, but I don't think your Sacker is that important against Orcs at the moment. At least not without Edgy, because this will be a very tight cage, and he is better against people with looser cages, in my opinion. But going for tipping, going for a 1-1, probably. Actually, I would say 1-1 is very likely. Don't you agree? PDF. Going back to the PDF. Beefheart and his Merryman against die Umweltschützerinnen. Yeah. Umweltschützerinnen also a lot of wins in their past now, and actually the same amount of wins, but they have the trajectory, I would say. They came from down here all the way up to 3rd place now. I don't think they will be stopped. Schnitzel von Krumm is even out. One of the guard. So we have a guard advantage for the Amazons. Yeah. With 1 measly tackle and 1 diving tackle, that's not enough to get the Amazons down. And it's a Beefheart game, and I know it says 2-1 up there, but it's a Beefheart game, so it has to be a... Why is it not? Oh, 0-2. Then, next up, Baltigo Ravens versus the Bootleg All-Stars. 4 points out of the last 6 games is very, very nice for the Bootleg All-Stars, for a Goblin team. So they are hot on the heels, actually, of the Baltigo Ravens. But I don't see it. It's goblins. It's still goblins. I know Flying Turtle knows how to use them, but they are still goblins. They are a Dark Elf team, the Baltigo Ravens. That's all I actually need to say. But Dark Elves are one of the stronger teams out there, and this is a very much standard Dark Elf team, except for the many leaps, and many leaps are always helping here. Yeah, I don't see any reason to tip against the Baltigo Ravens, and I'm even going, if they manage to score fast, and yeah, you see, I'm out of practice, so this is the picture for the Baltigo Ravens versus the Bootleg All-Stars, and what I was talking about was this is a Goblin team, this is a Dark Elf team, and the Dark Elf team normally, yeah, you heard me before, and going back to tipping, I'm going for an extreme, Yes, still 1 point for the Goblins. They earned that one. So I'm going Baltigo Ravens 3, Bootleg All-Stars 1. And for the last game of next week, Alt of Acrobata against the Velakers Ass Kickers. Johnny Almaxo is out. He is a potential killer. Not as much as Nuria Ardilla Infernal. Or actually Gannicus. So it's not the worst one to lose. In this instance, losing the Tame Bear, I think, is very much hurting the team against... Well, it's one of your guard pieces, one of your strengths, your only strength piece, gone. Yeah. And I'm not calling Gianluca a strength piece because he's still only strength 3, so he's a normal piece. And not a wimp, but a normal piece. But this one is your only strength piece. So in this matchup, I would say losing the Tame Bear really hurts. Luigi and Romeo don't really care about at all. So it comes down to how good will Blasco Kitate El Casco be secured against the leaping duo of Michel and Donato, who will go after him and trying to get the ball off him. Though strip ball will not work on him, still wrestle and tackle will. Well, tackle not so much. Tackle is not interesting against any of those. Yeah, so what's my verdict? Who will win this? I'm going by past performance here and say Alt of Acrobata earned my trust by earning the second spot against Velakers Ass Kickers. 8th place. It's not the best, so let's go with Alt of Acrobata 2-1. I have to go back to tipping. That should be it. Enter tips. Now it's official. And that was not so abridged week 10 and 11 recap. It's not my usual style because, as I said, I did not have the time to prepare anything, but I hope this fills your recap needs. And I hope you go out there and have fun in this second to last week. So, hopefully see you guys next week.